Howdy there. So I had the great opportunity to see Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair this week. Basically, it's Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2 put together as they were originally intended. Tarantino, it's a Quentin Tarantino film, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. He wanted it to be the epic, 4-hour film that I saw. And he was pressured to cut it in half. And I think that it's fine. It works that way. I think it's better this way. I wish there was a slight intermission. It reminded me of 2001. Even the way the word was written remind me of 2001. So I thought that was cool. But there was a brief intermission, and it picked up, right where it left off. I think it should be viewed in one sitting. Just get it done with. Again, I think the running total was, 4 hours and 5 minutes, 4 hours 10 minutes, which was okay. That's how you know a movie's good, when 4 hours goes by and you don't seem to notice that much. You're escaping. So I think that alone is excellent. I'm giving it a 10. It's one of my favorite movies. I really don't know even what to say about it. I love it so much. I think it's Tarantino's best. You may not agree with me. Most people do not. I think it's Tarantino's best. I have very few issues with it, and actually I only have one issue with it, and I don't even want to talk about it, because I think it's silly. Kill Bill is about, I hope you've seen it. I hope this is nothing new to you. I hope you've seen it. It's about the bride. She is gunned down, assassinated, if you were, on her wedding day eve, the eve of her wedding. She and her husband are to be, and anyone unlucky enough to be in that chapel was murdered by a murderous bastard named Bill. And it's a 4-hour revenge epic. The bride wants to get revenge on Bill and the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad. It's basically to kill the people who took away everything about her life. Particularly her baby. Her daughter. So that's what the film is about, and her quest for revenge. The differences were mostly noted in Volume 1. I thought it was longer. The climactic battle with the Crazy 88s was pretty much totally different. Much more straightforward, less flashy than in the... as a note, I saw Quentin Tarantino's personal copy of the film. It screened at the Cannes Film Festival. It had French subtitles. I thought, at first I was like, what? And I was like, oh, I get it. So that was very interesting, and it didn't distract from the viewing at all. In fact, if you ask me, it kind of made it even cooler, because every once in a while you got to scan down to the bottom of the screen and read French for a while. And I thought that was actually kind of sweet. After a while. So it was... The coolness factor for me was very, very high for Kill Bill. Not only was it one of my favorite movies, but it was more of an event. You know, this was basically the American premiere of this film. So it was really cool. It was really, really, really cool, actually. But I do think the film is Tarantino's best. It flies by. It's gorgeous. I thought it was kind of cool to note, would be cool to note, that his editor, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce her name right, Sally Menke, got a round of applause. Like, got an equal amount of applause to her name as the film itself. I thought that was really cool. It also shows that the editing, Sally is the star of the show here. You know, it's beautifully edited. I can only imagine what it must be like to work with Tarantino while editing a film. And Sally Menke does it really, really brilliantly. I think that's really the most impressive aspect of the film is the editing. And just the way I think the whole 4-hour story is pretty seamless, but just how all the action is gorgeous, fluid. It's never confusing. It's never confusing. It captures everything perfectly. And as well as these bright, vivid colors, chaotic camera movements, special effects, practical effects. Really, I mean, and that's just stuff that I notice. What I love about it is the acting. I think the acting is really good. Uma Thurman is, I think, like, well, she's a goddess, you know. She is a goddess. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, like a historical document. This is preserving one of the most beautiful women in the world at her prime and just letting her kick major ass. So I think just for Uma Thurman's performance and just the fact that you're capturing her on film, you know, that, you know, makes me love the film quite a bit. Also stars David Carradine as Bill. He's very good. I have to say this is his best performance. I haven't seen much of his work. I think he does so good here that half the time I think he's going to break out into song. Like, he's just got this very lyrical way of speaking that make his monologues, for me, like the best part of the movie, really. And he gets the best stuff to say, too. He has at least the most interesting role, I think. I mean, there's a lot there. He obviously is psychotic and whip smart, you know, and dangerous. I thought the character was awesome. I think Carradine's awesome. Also stars, Daryl Hannah, Vivica A. Fox. There's a lot of people. Sonny Chiba. That's what I kind of wanted. That, again, that's really my favorite parts of the movie, is when it's slow and meditative and working on character, and just basically appearances by great character actors. In Volume 1 is Sonny Chiba, the star of many Japanese gun fu pictures. He's brilliant. Again, that's what's so hard to describe, is so much of this movie to me is like music. Whenever I hear the people talk, it's just like musical notes. And I try and pay attention to what they're saying. I know it's important. I know it means something. But really just the rhythm of the speech, to me, is hypnotic. And I think, I mean, that's Tarantino's genius right there, is his writing. And these, Sonny Chiba really brings it to life, and I loved his English. I mean, one of the things as an actor I would think about is how you will say it different from anyone else. And Sonny Chiba, he just made words sound a way that I had just never heard them. And I don't know, that's my favorite scene of Volume 1, is basically the bride and Hattori Hanzo conversing at his restaurant. Basically, anytime they're talking, I'm basically into it. Also, I would say my favorite part is the performance by Michael Parks. Michael Parks plays two different roles. In the first, he's the sheriff. In the second, he's Esteban the pimp. When he's Esteban, he really just goes for it. He really just goes for it, and he nails it. The words just drip out of his mouth. I think it's a brilliant performance. It's, again, like my favorite scene of the film. And it's just because of Michael Parks and his gusto for the performance. I'm running out of time here. I just love the film. You know, it's a 10. It's a 10 for me. If I haven't said that yet, it's a 10. I thought that it being combined, people argue with me that the ending is a big letdown. One of my best friends think the ending is insulting. I can see his point, you know. I can see his point that there's no big, huge showdown, but I kind of think that it's set up for that by the which R do you feel more? When revenge is over, do you have regret or relief? And I think that's what the last, part of the film is kind of answering. That, one, revenge ain't that great. Once revenge is done, what do you have? And revenge was taken, well, again, taken over 4 hours and 10 minutes, but the ultimate revenge, the sweet revenge, kind of like that. And then it's over. Then what are you going to do? What are you filled with? So I think that's kind of, if you were disappointed with the end, that's the way I see it. Because, again, you could argue that the ending is a letdown. And the only reason I say that is because one of my best friends tells me that. He thinks I'm crazy. That Kill Bill is his best film. He says it's obviously not. But I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. It's gorgeous. It's fun. It's funny. It's smart. It's wise. It's bloody. It's terribly violent. It's hilarious. I laughed a lot. The soundtrack is great. Original music by the RZA. I don't know. I love the movie. And I really hope, I've never bought it on DVD or Blu-ray, solely for the purpose that it should be released as Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, on Blu-ray, something so you have to sit down and watch it in its entirety in 4 hours. Done. So when that comes out, when that's available for purchase, I will buy it. But until then, no. So this, I think, was monumental. It was a monumental experience for me. I loved it. It's Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, and it is a 10. It is a 10 of 10s. So, thanks for listening.